Today on Cookin' by the Book, we're making Chicken Mushroom Spinach Crêpes from Joanna Gaines' cookbook, Magnolia Table, Volume 2. Hi, I'm Bernadette Catherine, and I'm a country singer who honestly has no business having a cooking show, but I love making food for people, and I have a giant collection of cookbooks, which, if you look right over there, yeah, that's just a small part of it. So, let's get cooking by the book. The recipe in this cookbook makes 8 crepes. You know, I feel like crepes are something that seem much harder to make than they actually are. In my honest opinion, I think they're easier to make than pancakes. I know, crazy, right? I've made crepes before, not with this recipe, however, and I remember being pleasantly surprised by how simple they were. I'll be really interested to see if this recipe is the same way. To make these savory crepes, you will need all-purpose flour, 2 large eggs, whole milk, unsalted butter melted, kosher salt, chopped fresh dill, and olive oil. To make the filling and sauce, you will need unsalted butter, this time not melted, sliced baby bella mushrooms, minced garlic, heavy cream, garlic salt, ground white pepper, grated Parmesan cheese, baby spinach, and shredded cooked chicken breast. You will also need a blender, a crepe pan, or a 10-inch skillet if you don't have a crepe pan, and a large skillet. First, let's make the crepes. In a blender, add 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 2 large eggs, 3/4 cup of whole milk, a 1/2 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter, and a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. Blend until smooth. It's about 1 minute, scraping down the sides of the blender as needed. Next, transfer the batter into a large liquid measuring cup and stir in the dill until well combined. Then heat a crepe pan over low heat and add 1 tablespoon of olive oil if you're not using a nonstick pan. Now, I do want to mention that the book called for medium heat, but since I have a glass top stove, low heat worked better for me. Next, add a 1/4 cup of batter and immediately tilt the pan as quickly as possible to ensure the mixture evenly and thinly coats the skillet. Cook until the crepe is lightly browned, about 1 to 2 minutes. Then flip and cook the other side for about a minute. Stack the crepes with parchment paper between each layer and set aside. Next, let's make the filling and sauce. In a large skillet, heat 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter over medium-high heat. Add 1 pound of sliced baby bella mushrooms in a single layer and cook without disturbing until browned, about 4 minutes. Flip and continue cooking until the mushrooms are tender and browned, stirring occasionally. It should take about 5 minutes. Add 2 tablespoons of minced garlic and stir constantly until fragrant, about 1 minute. Then stir in 2 cups of heavy cream, 1½ teaspoons of garlic salt, and 3/4 teaspoon of ground white pepper. Turn down the heat and simmer, stirring occasionally to check consistency until thickened, about 5 to 8 minutes. Add 4 ounces of Parmesan cheese and stir until smooth and melted. Transfer 3/4 cup of the mushroom sauce to a small bowl or pitcher and set aside. Then stir 2 cups of spinach into the remaining sauce in the pan and cook, stirring frequently until wilted, about 2 minutes. Finally, fold in 2 cups of shredded chicken and cook until heated through. That should take about a minute. All that's left to do now is put it all together. Spoon 1/4 cup of the chicken mixture onto each crepe, roll them up and top with the reserved mushroom sauce and fresh dill. Let's try it. Where do I start? Here, let's go right here. I can see some chicken, I can see some spinach, not enough mushrooms, so let's take that. Okay, here we go. Okay, so if you're a fan of mushrooms, you're gonna love this. The mushrooms, the taste of it does come in quite clearly. The sauce is a bit salty, but the crepes help cut the taste, which is really good. You know, I'm not really picking up on any spinach. Here, let's get some more. Let's see if I can get some spinach in there. Ooh, yep, there's some nice spinach. Yeah, no, I'm not really picking up on any spinach. Ooh, but the chicken, it complements everything really nicely. It's really good. You know, overall, this dish is quite good. But if I were to do it again, I would probably cut back on the salt by about half, and for the sauce anyway, and probably double up on the spinach, because I do love spinach. But yeah, overall it is quite good. I am enjoying it. So yeah, I want another bite. Yeah. This was a really great sequel to Joanna Gaines' first cookbook, and much like the original Magnolia Table cookbook, Volume 2 is really great at taking classic recipes and flipping them on their head. I've enjoyed both sweet and savory crepes before, but I've never had a crepe quite like what we made today. So if you're interested in trying new takes on classics, or just feel like treating yourself to unique recipes, you should give this book a try. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in my kitchen for this episode of Cookin' by the Book. I had a lot of fun making this dish, and I hope you had just as much fun following along. If you're interested in trying this recipe out, you can find the ingredients and the directions in the description below, along with a link to the cookbook Magnolia Table Volume 2 by Joanna Gaines. Don't forget to share your cookbook recommendations in the comments below. Whether you're curious about a cookbook or just want me to try a recipe from your favorite one, I would love to hear from you. Also, if you do try the chicken mushroom spinach crepes with mushroom sauce, let me know how it turned out and tag me on Facebook or Instagram with your photos. I would love to see your interpretation. Don't forget that I'm also a country singer who loves classic rock and classic and modern country, so make sure to check out my original music on this channel. And don't forget to subscribe to follow both my music and Cookin' by the Book journey. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye!